I've started the live stream just so that in the other room, in the viewing room, they can actually get it started because it has a little bit of a delay. And Kote asked me to get it started a little early. Okay.
Okay, we are about to start. Only 1 minute. Welcome everyone. Welcome to our 2024 Jukai undertaking, our precept ceremony here at Treeleaf. For our teacher Jundo, for me and my fellow priests, it's an honor to be here with you on this auspicious day. Welcome to our Yukais and to all our members who are renewing their vows, and also welcome to all our Sangha members who are here to witness the ceremony. We will begin with the offering of incense, followed by 3 vows. Please stand up, but if you need to stay on your seat, please do so. Please be careful, bow or prostrate only if your health allows it. We know you are sincere in your practice, and that's what really matters. We will recite the Heart Sutra, followed by a few minutes of zazen, and then we will begin our ceremony. So, welcome. Please roll down bells.
the heart of the perfection of great wisdom, Sutra. Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva, awakened one of compassion in Prajnaparamita,
The deep practice of
perfect wisdom, perceive the emptiness of all five conditions, and was free of suffering. O Shariputra, form is no other than emptiness, emptiness no other than form. Form is precisely emptiness, emptiness precisely form. Sensations, perceptions, formations, and consciousness are also like this, O Shariputra. All things are expressions of emptiness, not born, not destroyed, not stained, not pure, neither waxing nor waning. Thus emptiness is not form, not sensation, nor perception, not formation, nor consciousness, no eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, no sight, sound, smell, taste, touch, nor object of mind, no realm of sight, no realm of consciousness, no ignorance, no end to ignorance, no old age and death, no cessation of old age and death, no suffering, nor cause or end to suffering, no path, no wisdom, and no gain, no gain. Thus bodhisattvas live this prajna paramita with no hindrance of mind, no hindrance, therefore no fear, far beyond all delusion. Nirvana is already here, all past, present, and future Buddhas live this prajna paramita and realize supreme and complete enlightenment. Therefore know that prajna paramita is the sacred mantra, the luminous mantra, the supreme mantra, the incomparable mantra, by which all suffering is clear. This is no other than truth. Therefore set forth the prajna paramita mantra. Set forth this mantra and proclaim Gate, Gate, Para Gate, Parasamgate, Bodhisvaha. Anya Shingyo. Buddha nature pervades the whole universe, reality existing right here. In reciting the heart of the perfection of Great Wisdom Sutra, and in our undertaking and upholding of the precepts, we dedicate our sincere efforts to Shakyamuni Buddha, Honored One, the historical Buddha and teacher, and to those ancestral teachers, Eihei Dogen, Honored One, Soji Keizan, Honored One, all successive Honored Ones until Rempo Niwa, Honored One, and Gudo Wafu, Honored One, and to all other Honored Ones throughout history, same yet diverse Honored Ones, whose names have been forgotten or left unsaid. We also dedicate these efforts to the three treasures, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. To all awakened ones and teachers in all places and times. We especially seek tranquility and well-being for all creatures now suffering or ill in health. May they be serene throughout their ills. May their lives be at peace and wisdom pervade the darkness of ignorance. We dedicate our hopes and aspirations to all victims of war and violence and natural events, to the injured and to all families touched by these tragedies, to the healing of hatred in all countries and among all people, to the wisdom and compassion of our world leaders, to the peace of the world and harmony of all beings. Thus let the harmful effects of words, thoughts, and actions be dispelled, and compassion bloom in perpetual spring. May we all realize and live the enlightened way together. All Buddhas throughout space and time. All Bodhisattvas, Mahasattvas, Maha Prajna Paramita.
We will now sit a few moments of Zazen. I'm sorry, I don't have a bell, but can all the recipients rise at the end of Zazen here and stand in front of your Zafus?
Jundo, I'm not close enough to the screen. Is Shokai there? Anyone see Shokai?
I don't see him either.
No, and I believe I'm covering for Shokai. Is that correct?
Shokai
is there.
Here, it's okay.
Shokai isn't here.
Shokai is here.
Is here. Brilliant. Okay, that's good to know. Sorry, I couldn't see you. Thank you all for coming. Sangha members, preceptees. As Kyonin said, it's an honor for us to be here with you, sharing this time and being your preceptors. I love this day every year. It's a time when all the Sangha comes together to celebrate with you. All of you spent months studying the precepts, sewing your rakusu. And now we're here to receive the precepts together. I even have a new kesa for that. I don't know if you can see its beauty, but my dear brother JinKan sewed this for me. It's got lovely, colourful patches on it, so I'm glad to be wearing this today for this occasion. So I guess the question is, what are the precepts and why do we receive them? Well, the basic answer is that they're the training rules of our practice. And there being 10 grade precepts, sometimes they've been compared to the 10 commandments. But I think they're different than that. For me, what the precepts do when we receive them, they bring awareness to all the parts of our life. When it says, refrain from harsh speech, or refrain from dishonest speech, every time we open our mouth, there's an awareness. Am I following these precepts or not? And we won't always get it right. But the benefit is that we are bringing awareness to our life and seeing how we act, how we behave. Buddhism as a path is often characterized as one of ethics, practice, and wisdom. And ethics is the foundation stone on which the other two sit. As well as bringing awareness, the precepts, in a way, they're a safeguard from us committing bad karma, from making life harder for us and others. And on that, we allow our minds to be more free. And then we can practice and develop the wisdom. And that also comes through the awareness of our practice. What we're doing, what these precepts are pointing us towards from a different direction to our practice. The precepts are kind of like the guidance and the boundaries for our practice, whereas our practice itself is teaching us to live a life of non-separation, where we dive deeply into the interconnectedness of everything. And the precepts are basically saying, if you live from that interconnected place, this is the way to behave so that you don't cause harm. Dogen says, in the western heavens and the eastern lands, wherever the transmission has passed between Buddhist patriarchs, at the beginning of entering the Dharma, there is inevitably the receiving of the precepts. When we receive the precepts, it's something that happens in our hearts. We don't actually need a ceremony to take them on board and to observe them. But I think it's lovely that we have this celebration, we come together. All of you are making this commitment publicly and in front of your Dharma brothers and sisters. We're coming together also to celebrate that end of the process for you. There also may be those today who aren't physically here on Zoom who are doing through this process too, and they are still fully part of this ceremony. When I went through Jukai, probably a decade ago, and I went through it before that in a different tradition, I always find this incredibly moving. And every year I find it similarly moving. And I'd say to you all, while these vows are something to be taken incredibly seriously, and to realize that, and I think Jundo says every year, it's not too late still to back out from making these vows. Take them seriously, put your heart into this. But I'd also say to you, please enjoy today and enjoy this ceremony. It's a time for celebration. So now what I'd like you to do is to prostrate or deep gasho in the direction of your parents who gave you life. If your parents are both deceased, then please gasho in the direction of where their resting place is. And if you could do that, and then return standing in front of your zafu in shashu.
Recipients will now approach your altar and light your incense, after which you will face your altar and bow and gasho toward the incense and altar.
Now, please prostrate to the altar, and please take in account that these three prostrations or bowings are not and never will be for us, the priests. It is for the Buddha, it is for your ancestors, it is for all the ancestors of the Zen school of Buddhism. And we bow to them with gratitude and recognizing their importance in our spiritual practice. Please bow or prostrate 3 times.
Those wishing to receive the precepts, please repeat after me. Life and death are of supreme importance, and time swiftly passes by. Thus, I wish to receive the great precepts of Gautama Buddha. Please permit me to receive the precepts.
Might I suggest the preceptees would turn their microphones on?
We'll have you do a double ask. Life and death are of supreme importance.
Life and death are of supreme importance.
And time swiftly passes by.
And time swiftly passes by.
Thus, I wish to receive the great precepts of Gautama Buddha.
Thus, I wish to receive the great precepts of Gautama Buddha.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
Please permit me to receive the precepts.
I am very glad you are asking to receive the precepts. Please prostrate again or just give us a deep bow.
And I think we do that 3 times.
3 times, yeah.
Thank you all. The great precepts of Gautama Buddha were kept by all Buddhas. They were transmitted from Buddha to Buddha, and they were received by ancestor after ancestor. The receiving of the precepts transcends the 3 kinds of time: past, present, and future. And the experience of truth will continue forever. Our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, transmitted the precepts to Master Mahakasyapa. Master Mahakasyapa transmitted the precepts to Master Ananda. And it is said the transmission of the precepts has continued in this way, passing from orthodox successor to orthodox successor in one line. And so, after many ages, they have come to me and my fellow preceptors. Now, we are bestowing the precepts upon you to return the profound benevolence of our great teacher, Gautama Buddha, and to make you the standard for human beings and all of life. We trust this to be the true reception of Gautama Buddha's wisdom and life. Respectfully following the approval of Gautama Buddha, we would like to devote ourselves to the precepts and atone. So listen to these words of the verse of atonement and wholeheartedly repeat back the same words after each line.
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old.
All harmful acts, words, and thoughts ever committed by me since of old.
On account of beginningless greed, anger, and ignorance.
On account of
Meaningless greed, anger, and ignorance.
Born of me body, mouth, and mind.
Born of my body, mouth, and mind.
Now I atone for them all.
Now I atone for them all.
Now that we have cleared ourselves of the products of body, speech, and mind, with the approval of Gautama Buddha, all Buddhas and ancestors, we have gained great purity through our atonement.
And so now receive the precepts precisely. Thus, first we undertake the 3 devotions. Please, with your hands in Gasho, repeat after me. Respectful devotion to Buddha.
Respectful devotion to Buddha.
Respectful devotion to Dharma.
Respectful devotion to Dharma.
Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Respectful devotion to Sangha.
Devotion to the Buddha, the guiding one.
Devotion to
Devotion
the
to
Buddha,
Buddha,
guiding
guiding one.
Devotion to the Dharma, the reality and teaching.
Devotion to the Dharma, reality and teaching.
Devotion to the Sangha, the embracing community.
Devotion to the Sangha, the embracing community.
Sincere devotion to Buddha.
sincere
Devotion to Buddha.
Sincere devotion to the Dharma.
Sincere devotion to the Dharma.
Sincere devotion to Sangha.
Sincere devotion to Sangha.
Please will you gasho again or prostrate 3 times towards the place of the preceptors. We now have a lovely traditional part of the ceremony called shasui, or the sprinkling of the water. All of the preceptors are going to do this together, and hopefully you have some kind of leaf and water prepared. The traditional way of doing this is with a pine leaf, but we're happy to use whatever vegetation you have around. The meaning of this part of the ceremony is a symbolic passing of the bloodline. As you observe and receive the precepts from us, we are symbolically passing the bloodline on to you, the bloodline lineage which you have received in your Jukai package in the lineage chart. So what we do, we take our bit of foliage. I've got some rosemary from just outside of my herb garden, and we're going to each soak this in our water, and then we will touch it to the screen, and in return you touch your greenery through to the screen, and through the magic of Zen and Zoom, the blood lineage will be transmitted to you. You will then touch the greenery to your head 3 times. Your hands are our hands. If we were doing this ceremony in the same place, we would be doing it to your forehead. But in this virtual world and virtual setting, your hands will be our hands for us. Okay. So preceptors, soak your foliage. And the preceptors will put the greenery to their head 3 times first before transmitting to the preceptees. So now we touch it to the screen, you touch yours to the screen. So now touch it to your forehead 3 times. And then when you've done that, you have to pass it back to us to give us the power back. Can't hold on to it. It's been transmitted to you now. Pass it back. Brilliant. Thank you.
The giving of the precepts of 3 devotions is like this. From now on, Gautama Buddha and all Buddhas are your great teachers. Never devote yourself to false teachings, harmful teachings, or the like. These precepts were retained by Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by the ancestors. Now we give them to you. You should retain them sincerely.
Now the pure and universal precepts. To seek as you can in this body and life to avoid doing harm, this precept was retained by the Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by the ancestors to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes,
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I
Yes,
will.
I will. Yes, I will.
The second pure and universal precept. To seek as you can in this body and life, to live in a healthful and helping way, doing good. This precept was retained by Buddhas of the past. It was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now I bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now till the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept from now till the end of your life?
Yes. Yes, I will.
To seek as you can this body and life, to live for the benefit of all sentient beings. This precept was retained by Buddha of the past, and it was transmitted by ancestor to ancestor, and now we bestow this upon you. Will you seek to keep this precept from now until the end of your life?
Yes, I will. Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep this precept?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep this precept. We now prostrate 3 times towards the place of the preceptors.
Now the 10 fundamental precepts. We shall read them. Please hear with all sincerity. Number 1, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from the killing of life.
Seek as you can in this body and life to live in generosity and refrain from the taking that which is not given.
3, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from misusing sexuality and all desire.
To seek as you can in this body and mind to refrain from false speech and malicious speech.
5, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from intoxication in its many forms.
6, to seek as you can in this body and life to refrain from unconstrictively criticizing the errors and faults of others.
7. To seek as you can in this body and life, to refrain from praising oneself and judging others.
8. To seek as you can in this body and mind, to refrain from being stringent with bestowing the Buddha's teaching and all precious things.
9. To seek as you can in this body and life, to refrain from all anger.
10. To seek as you can in this body and life, to refrain from the disparaging the three treasures, the Buddha, the Dharma, the Sangha.
These fundamental precepts were retained by the Buddhas of the past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor. Now we bestow them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now to the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now until the end of your life?
Yes, I
Yes,
will. Yes, I will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts from now till the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
You should do your best to keep these precepts. And now, once again, you're getting a bit of a workout. Another 3 prostrations or gashos towards the precept.
These 16 Buddhist precepts are the 3 devotion, the 3 pure and universal precepts, and the 10 fundamental precepts. They were retained by Buddhas of all past. They were transmitted by ancestor to ancestor, and now we have bestowed them upon you. Will you seek to keep these precepts from now until the end of your life?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
Well,
Will you seek to keep these precepts?
Yes, I
Yes,
will.
I
Yes,
will.
I
I
will.
will.
Will you seek to keep these precepts?
Yes, I will.
Yes, I will.
And now would you please make 3 more prostrations to the preceptors. You should do your best to keep these precepts.
Now please come forward to us, the preceptors, or your altar. And would you please kneel if you can? Because we are going to give you your Raksu. Please take your Raksu out of your envelope. And before hand it to you, I'm going to pass your Raksu through the magic core of Zen practice to my incense that is your incense, to purify it. And now please put your Raksu on the top of your head. And we're going to recite Takesage, the verse of the Kesa, 3 times. Please repeat after me. Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation boundless.
boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field
beyond
beyond
both form and
formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing
Wearing
the
Tathagata's
teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all
sentient beings.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation
boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond both form and
formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the Tathagata's
teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all
sentient beings.
Robe of liberation boundless.
Robe of liberation
boundless.
Field beyond both form and formless.
Field beyond both form and
boundless. Formless.
Wearing the Tathagata's teachings.
Wearing the
Tathagata's teachings.
Vowing to free all sentient beings.
Vowing to free all
sentient beings.
Please, you can now put your racksuit on.
If you can now, please get your Kejimiyaku, your lineage chart in the white envelopes, and put it in your hands in Gasho like this. I will be incensing this, touching it to my head, and then giving it to you just as you receive the Rakusu. You've now received the Keshmiyaku. If you have the other pastors, the disability the disabled ancestors page, and also the women ancestors page, and also the picture of Canon, which represents our same yet diverse ancestors, if you would grab that in the same manner. You've now received those as well.
I will now announce the names of our preceptees, by which they'll be known in the Sangha going forwards. Chi Kyo, wisdom, mirror. Mio Jin, clear, bright, benevolence. Tai Ho, great north. Hozan, Dharma mountain. Kaitan, realm searcher. Now all of the Kaishi preceptors, we all get up and bow together and offer incense.
We will now symbolically exchange places. Symbolically, as I circle around you, all the members of the Sangha who have previously undertaken Jukai, all teachers, all Buddhas, and ancestors are circling around you to welcome you. Please close your eyes and see that you are now sitting where I am sitting. Picture yourself sitting in this chair where I have been sitting. Place your hands in Gasho and see me and all the Buddhas and ancestors as we now circle you 3 times, and I intone the traditional words.
I have a beautiful Tibetan bell, but normally noises cannot be heard through my Zoom, so I'm hoping you'll hear it, but if not, know there is a bell sounding. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of the Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of the Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddha precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha.
A person who receives the Buddhist precepts enters the state of Buddha at once. They stand at the same level as Gautama Buddha. We can say they are a child of Buddha. Jukai?
And now you have received the precepts. You've studied for 4 months, and each of you have your own version of what they mean. They are your truth. And you would do good to remember these and apply them to your life for the rest of your life.
The ceremony.
With that, we now, closing final words, word by word, all 4 kaisha. Koku.
The ceremony
Is now
concluded.
Now,
let us
live
This.
life.
Congratulations, everyone. We conclude just by leaving the room, taking our precepts and our practice into our lives. Thank you so much, everyone who's participating.
Well done, everyone. Well done.